We have students that didn't get to medicine in first year, ended up doing BSc. They are trying. Like, what about those? How many distinctions did you get?
I mean, I got all of them. All distinctions that are there to get.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Gift Varsity TV. This is your host, Gift Bosekana. As I always say, that on this channel we bring the best so that you can become the best. Make sure you subscribe, you like this video, so that many people in the country and outside the country can be able to reach this great video. Please subscribe, like. I have an honor to have our medical student here from the top university in the African continent, which is the University of Cape Town, the beautiful city also. Hello, my brother.
Hello, Gift. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much to the viewers as well.
Okay, great. Can you introduce yourself?
Alright, Gamalam Dinguluqolo Mdolo. Ndingwase Eastern Cape kuntabankule Mampondwe ndingudorha Mdizo-Future Dokotela lo. I'm doing my first year in medicine here at UCT, and I'm also a neuroscience honors graduate. Thank you.
Please come again.
The graduate ne neuroscience and physiology honors ne. Why I'm doing my 5th year in medicine here at UCT.
Are you? Did you start with neuroscience?
I did them both at the same time. A salute.
So you're in medicine and now you're doing also you're in neuroscience and you graduated. Let's get to know you. I'm really interested to know. Let's get to know you. Where are you from?
Alright, so I'm from the Eastern Cape, in a small village close to KZN, before Kokstad. It's called Ntabangulu. The village there is called Mnceba, but the local town is called Ntabangulu. It's in the Mpondo Nation. Yeah, so that's where I'm originally from. Then I've been traveling.
Okay. Mpondo Nation. Where did you start? Originally, your high school.
So I originally did Ilenduka, my grade 8 and 9 in Tata International School, which is in Mtata, of course. Then I went to Port Elizabeth to do my grade 10, 11 and 12 at Douglas Mbopa High School in Motherwell.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what kind of a learner were you in those days? Yeah,
it's unbelievable actually, because grade 8 and 9, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not a very dedicated learner. My concept, my philosophy was that late in, early out. But eventually when I got to grade 10, I was fortunate to meet great teachers there at Douglas Mbopa that were very inspirational, that believed in students and that really cared about your progress and your future. So they really inspired me to change myself and change my behavior. So then I started to be dedicated, especially when I joined Ikutlanong Promets.
All right. So it means you were an excelling student in high school.
Yeah.
Which subject did you do?
All right. So the subjects that I did is e-maths. I did pure maths, that is, physical sciences. I did life sciences. I did consumer studies. Yes, I did consumer studies. Love that subject so much. Then I also did the LO. Yeah, the languages, of course.
Okay, of course, yeah. the normal one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were good in this maths and physics.
Yeah, at first, I'm not gonna lie, it was very challenging, just to decide, maybe this is something I should give a try, because grade 9 and your marks were very low. My marks were very, very low. I'm not even gonna be I'm gonna be blunt about that. But fortunate enough, there's a teacher like Teacher Tiandela who saw potential in me. You know how teachers are, they just see a diamond in the rough. Then after that, through pro maths, I was able to see potential then in myself. Then that's why I started changing my journey. Then through changing my maths and science, I was able to then trickle down into the other subjects as well. Then I changed all of them eventually.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's great. So you did well in your high school?
Yes, I did fairly well.
How many distinctions did you get?
All of them. All distinctions that are there to get. Yeah, I got all of them. I got my 7 distinctions with 5 of the subjects in the 90s. then the two others, you know, they were in the 80s, but we tried. I was even fortunate enough to be invited to the Eastern Cape Provincial Awards. I was
Guys, I'm telling you that Gift Varsity TV brings the best. Yeah, we're in the provincial awards. I'm for national. Okay, so when did you decide that you want to study medicine? Like saying that, no man, I would love to be a doctor. What sparked that in you?
I think with a lot of people that want to do medicine, there are a lot of influences around you, né? Because I think there was never like a pivot moment where I felt like, yeah, now I'm sure about medicine. It was always the influence around me, especially my dad is a pastor, so he's one of those people with visions and stuff like that. So he's like, I see a doctor in you, even though when I like I don't want to do medicine. Then there's my mom who's a nurse. So now she wanted to be a doctor at some point. So the first thing she's gonna do to her children is to inspire them to reach the goals that she never reached. Now, that's how parents operate. Now, also, then I had an incident in my life whereby I had appendicitis, which is basically an inflammation of this organ inside of you, right? That is life-threatening, right? But that experience with amazing doctors saved my life. Nah? Then I was wondering to myself, if just being a doctor saved one life in one day, how much more, many more lives? So everything just started coming together, especially in grade 11. Then I was like, maybe this is the career path for me. Let me give it a try. But to be honest, I was torn between mechatronics, actuarial science, and medicine.
I'm doing mechatronics in me, guys, now. all right. Oh, so you're like, no, let me go for medicine. So in grade 12, you applied for medicine. Which universities did you apply to?
I do not recommend this. I always tell people, don't do it. I don't know. There was something inside me. You know how things inside you just tell you to do something. There was something inside me that was like, I'm going to UCT no matter what. So to be honest with you, I only applied to UCT.
For medicine?
Yeah. I didn't apply anywhere else. And
you are in?
I'm in. In, Bella. Yeah. All
right. So, what are like the requirements? What do you need to get so that you can make sure that you are in UCT medicine?
Thank you so much for that question, because it's a very important question. I get that a lot from also my TikTok followers. What is the requirement? So first of all, understand this, right? There are millions of students in the country wanting to come study medicine, let alone come study medicine at UCT. So even though the university is going to say these are the minimum requirements, remember, these are minimum requirements. You are competing against all other students in the country. So their minimum requirements is that you must have maths, pure maths, you must have physical sciences, right, and you must have, of course, languages. So what happens now is that in those three subjects, they say, okay, these are the three main subjects that you have, but then of course we're going to look at the others. So they use a very complicated point score system that includes your NPTs, that includes the average of the other subjects, right, to calculate your point score. But mainly those are the minimum requirements that you must meet.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's talk about NPT. You know, you will find students with 7 distinctions, 6 distinctions, 5 distinctions, with even 100 or 90 for math and physics, and they didn't do well in their NPT. What is NPT all about? How can someone ensure that they excel in those NPTs?
Okay, thank you so much also for that question, because NPTs, people they run away from NPTs. They're always asking, hey, should we really write the NPT? So NPT means National Benchmark Test, right? This is an assessment that institutions use basically to just find a benchmark or a reference point for all students, right? It's how we can compare everyone in the country, regardless of what high school you were in. Most other people are in, expensive high schools, other people are in previously disadvantaged high schools, but now this benchmark test is like a baseline for all of them. So now they use this test to assess, but if we take the student, is this student going to be able to cope with the demands of the university, right? That is why they assess English, right? That is why, because they teach equal medium of instruction, which is English. That is why they assess your mathematics, right? Basically, how your mind works to solve problems. Then that is why they test EQL, which is quantitative literacy. Basically, your ability to solve problems in the world, right? They present you with problems, then they assess, can you solve this problem practically? You see, in a question format. So that's a test that they use, and it's out of 300, 100 for each component, right? Yeah, you apply for it, then you write your date, and they give you deadlines for it. So if there's any student who is wanting to apply for that, please do so immediately.
So you said you applied only to UCT. Guys, don't apply to only to one university. And try other institutions as well, because the competition is too tight. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's talk now. You are admitted at UCT now. How did you feel now that I applied to this university and finally I'm in? How did you feel?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. I'm not gonna lie. You feel overwhelmed. First of all, you can even cry. I cried, because I was like, this is a one step closer to achieving a dream, of becoming this doctor. So it was overwhelming. It's like, what? Medicine, and other people, they got better marks than me, but still I'm bagged inside. So it was really amazing.
Yeah. So like what challenges did you come across as a first year student in varsity now?
So there's a lot. There's a concept I like to talk about called the imposter syndrome, right? So feeling like an imposter is a sense of feeling that you do not belong. It's the sense of feeling as if this is not where you're supposed to be. You feel lesser than. That's the feeling that overwhelmed me a lot when I arrived here, because I was from a previously disadvantaged school, a township, a school whereby English was not something that we spoke regularly. Like we're very comfortable in our mother tongue. So you get here and the first thing that they talk about is English. Every time, it must come out your ears. And also the environment as well. Students, top learners from different places, all everywhere, and you feel like, do I really belong here? And the competition as well. People were competing here. They didn't want to work together. Because I was used to study groups. There was just a lot, and you get to feel a bit alone. There's segregation as well. People loved to sit, in their comfort zone. So basically, people that you feel comfortable with, meaning that they are races. And there was a lot. I felt very intimidated. That was the main challenge that I faced. But fortunately, through the people that were around at that time, I was able to divulge those feelings, right? And they made me feel very comfortable, understanding that it is not by mistake that I'm here. It's by design. And the hands that designed that was these hands. I was writing those papers, I wrote that application, and I got that basically acceptance. Yeah.
Great. It's about believing in you. Believing in you. So now you are an MBCHB student at UCT. You say you are neuroscience. Like, what happened? When did you decide that you want to pursue another degree while you are doing medicine?
All right. Okay, gift. So, self-stand is it. Number one. So what happens is that when you get to an institution, I always say that try to get comfortable, with the environment. Adapt a learner mindset. Always ask yourself, how can I do something effectively? Always seek to be the best in what you do. Seek to do your best. Seek to be the best version of yourself. And don't compete, run your own race. In that process of me discovering myself, I discovered that UCT was a unique university in a sense that it allowed students to pursue dual degrees, 2 degrees at the same time. It was a new thing, very rare, It was a program called the intercalated program. To intercalate is to mix things around. So they were introducing this thing because UCT is a very research-driven university. So it believes that the best kind of doctors are doctors that are well equipped with the most current information, which is basically through research. And they believe that there are 2 parts to anything, right? Like, for example, there's the medicine you practice in the forefront, but a patient comes in and give medication. Then there's the medicine practice in the background, but what medication is the best? Research proves this and that, you see? Yeah. So it means that the best kind of doctors are doctors that understand what happens on both sides. So what they did is that they did this intercalated program where in your second year, of medicine. You apply for it. Of course, they're going to have baseline marks that they require. You go through interviews. In your third year, you start 2 degrees. You start a BSc in molecular medicine, and you start your third year at the same time. So when they attend third year things from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m., you attend. From 5 p.m. to 6, 7 p.m., you attend BSc things. You see? So you do that throughout the year, and they pay for this. They get funding, There are professors that are really passionate about this thing. You do that for your third year. If you pass that molecular medicine, towards the end of the year, you apply to do honors. If you want to. Other people just continue with that BSc, so they have a BSc on the side that they can do honors at any time, right? Then you apply to do honors. They have options. It can be neuroscience, it can be biochemistry, it can be anything within the medical field. Then what happens is that now you have to take a break away from medicine because honors are that heavy, right? You can't do them, of course, you see. So I took a break 1 year off medicine. So instead of going to 4th year, I decided to go do my honors. Then my field of specialty was neuroscience and physiology. I was basically doing research into cryptococcal meningitis. So that's an infection of the brain that people who have HIV and a weak immune system often get because it's poorly studied in Africa. I did that. Then I did that for that 1 year. After I graduated with that, I paused in medicine.
Yes.
I finished that. I passed. I was very happy. Then there's another option now. They ask you, do you want to do your masters? Do you want to go back and do 4th year? Or do you want to do both at the same time? So because I experienced some trouble when I was doing honors, mentally, there were some struggles that I went through at home, and of course losing family members and stuff like that. I didn't feel like I was mentally ready for going into masters, but it was something that I was really passionate about. So a friend of mine, which we did this program together, he continued to do. He's doing now both. He did now 4th year and his masters, 1st year masters. But it's an option. So I went back to 4th year, continued. Then last year I was doing 4th year. Then this year I'm doing 5th year. I hope I explained it, guys.
Yeah, it's very clear, very clear. Oh, so now you are in 5th year now. Okay. So, what is it that you can tell someone who's currently doing medicine and others that are still trying to come to medicine?
There's a recent video I spoke about. Uguti, university is like an echo, right? It's a space filled with a lot of voices pulling towards their own direction. There are people here who will walk on the street, they'll call you towards their church. If they'll call you to whatever group, join this, join that, join that. What I would say is that in any case, be very careful of those voices in university, because one of those voices are voices that preach something called mediocrity, right? Because this is an environment where previous students have come and tried to achieve excellence and they've failed, right? And in their failure, they experience a lot of pain. So now they have this pain from failure that now they're going to try and project to students who are coming in and normalize that culture. Yoguti, look, don't aim for the stars, don't aim for greatness. You're going to fail, So they preach this mediocrity. And the shame, they're not doing it on purpose. It's not like they want to see people fail, but it's the pain that they experience that they are projecting on other people, that I don't want you to feel the same pain. So they're coming from a point of view of caring for you, but in actual fact, they are patting you down and saying that it's not worth it. That is why we preach things like 50% is a pass, 51 is a distinction. Things like that, to say, that concept, it numbs us down and it prevents us from reaching our goals. So in anyone who's in high school and university, be careful of those voices. Always challenge yourself to achieve all your goals and beat that cycle of mediocrity, because there's so much potential in yourself and there is so much that you can actually do and achieve if you believe in yourself. No matter the amount of times you fail, always have that learner mindset. What can I do differently to achieve? Always try to be a learner rather than someone ovumayo to be set down.
Oh wow, yeah, that's great indeed, guys. You're on your own here. You have your own goals that you need to achieve. Be careful to allow someone articulation destroy you. Destroy you from reaching what you can fully achieve. All right, how did you make sure that you excel in university? What is the secret in you? Like the secret, let's include other students as
Other
well.
students,
No, not
okay.
like you fell in medicine. Yes. What kept you going? Like you're in medicine and also you're doing another degree. Some people are being chowed by one degree. Like, yeah.
I would say that there are a lot of things. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to start with this concept of a learner mindset. Nothing can beat you if you have something called a learner mindset, because a learner mindset has a golden kind of mentality that can never be shaken. Because in any case, right, you have two questions that you ask yourself. Yeah? Most things isn't as happen to people. Painful things, they happen, right? You try something, you try your best, but you fail. Nah? But often ask yourself a question, right? If anything happens to you, ask yourself, can I change that situation? Nah? Then if the answer to that is yes, then go and change that situation. Nah? If the answer to that is no, for example, something, you lose a family member or something happens, maybe you fail a test, most you can't change what you've written, right? Right? But what you can do is try to change yourself to adapt to that situation. So that is what a learner mindset does for you. You always ask yourself those questions. There's even a prayer called the Serenity Prayer that is often done by Alcoholics Anonymous, right? That speaks about, God, give me the strength to accept the things that I cannot change, né? And also the strength to basically change the things that I can. That speaks to the fact that there are things that are going to happen in your life that you cannot control, but you have the power to control yourself and how do you react and adapt to those situations. So in any case, if you have a learner mindset, always ask yourself that, and you'll continue moving forward and you'll continue learning new things. If, for example, I see that I'm typing slow, a learner mindset will say, how can I learn how to type faster? Then I'll go on the internet and learn, right? If I cannot study, a learner mindset would say, how can I learn to study faster? Then I'll read a book about it, I'll watch a YouTube video, I'll be on a journey to learn how to do something. So you never accept failure, and you never accept, I cannot do this, or this is not the type of person that I am. You're always on a quest to say, how can I learn? That is the basis of everything.
Okay, you must reach out. Simple. Yeah. Oh, I'm also motivated as a student. I'm also motivated. Yeah. What is medicine all about? You like, I don't know. You will say people, I want to do medicine and stuff. What is it that you need to be sure of if you are ready for medicine? Because others, they want medicine, for the status of being a doctor, money and stuff. Like, yeah.
I have two things. Immediately asked that question, two things jumped in my mind. I'll be brief. First one, there's a quote by Hippocrates that says that wherever there's a love of medicine, there is a love of humanity. Right? So for me, anyone who wants to do medicine, I think to myself, this person loves humanity. Right? They love people. Right? Because in medicine, I always say it is one of the most mentally draining, kind of careers, because you see people at their most vulnerable. Né? Even if, like, for example, you'd look at the most valuable things in life, some would say money is the most valuable thing. But if you tell a person you have 1 hour to live or $1 million, what would they take? They would not take $1 million. They would rather choose life. They would want to live longer. They would let go of the man. Give me more life. I don't want 1 hour to live. Give me more life, because they value life. So life is kind of that thing that all of us are vulnerable to, right? Even who has everything, once they start getting sick, they really deteriorate, And when, as a doctor, you get to see those people in their weak points, and you play a major role in being there for them and guiding them through this. That is why we're often taught at UCT about empathy and sympathy, right? Identifying with the patient and being in a position to help them. Nah? Then, yeah, what else another concept I wanted to talk about, but I forgot about it now. But that is what I would say is the gist of medicine. I was going to say that in medicine, if you're doing it for money, I feel sad for you, because it is a very painful way to go about it. You can do business, and you could be successful in business, and you can make exponentially more money. In medicine, let's say even if you specialize, your salary does not exponentially grow. I mean, it starts high, but it grows very slow. In anyone who's in business, I'm an actuarial scientist, anyone who's in engineering, tenders and stuff like that, they may start low, start middle class, or start high, but their salary exponentially grows. You can do that if you want money. But medicine, I don't feel like it is the way to go if primarily your reason is to want money, because you'll get that money, but you'll have to serve people, and won't even have the time to spend it.
Wow, that's the truth. That's the truth, indeed. Okay, guys, you must love medicine. If you love medicine, it means you love humanity. All right, we have students that didn't get to medicine in first year, ended up doing BSc. They are trying. Like, what about those students? Like, what can you say to them?
One thing I can say is that I appreciate those students, because in any time in life where you meet a huge challenge, you want to do something so bad, and there are people who are just in medicine just for it, they could qualify, they got in, but they're still here. Then there are people who really wanted to do medicine. You feel like, and you look at this person, the heart that they have, they can be an amazing doctor that saves lives one day, right? I would say to them, persistence is the key. Keep knocking on that door. Because what happens is this, it's a trajectory zethu in life can never be the same. The ways that we travel, as I'm your way can never be the same as mine. I might have went straight from high school into medicine. That could be different for you. I have a mentor. That guy, he wanted to do medicine. What he did, he couldn't get into medicine. He went through pharmacy. He was like, why am I doing pharmacy? But he continued with pharmacy, trying to apply every year. He graduated pharmacy, did not get into medicine. After a year of graduation, then he applied into medicine. Finally, one again, after being a graduate in pharmacy, But what he did not know is that its trajectory was specific for him. What eventually happened after that is that he did medicine, he specialized. Guess what he specialized in? Pharmacology, which is basically what he did in pharmacy. Yeah. So now what he did is that he ran a clinical practice on weekends as a pharmacist.
In disguise.
You see, then he became a specialist in medicine, specializing in pharmacology, and also is a pharmacist. Meaning that in any time where him and I would apply, let's say I was a specialist as well in pharmacology, but he's a pharmacist, he has an extra specialty, meaning that he has an advantage by his side. So you never know your trajectory. I would say be persistent, pray about it, push and do whatever you can, but keep applying and keep bettering yourself. If it's the NBT that's holding you back, go fix that thing. If it's your grade 11 marks or grade 12 marks that are holding you back, go fix that thing. But keep trying. Keep trying.
Future doctor,
gifts.
Thank you so much for your time on this channel, guys. Let's hope you got really motivated, to unleash your potential. It's a motto of UCT, it's written there. Unleash your potential, because you are capable, and you can do this. If Mr. Mdolo here did it, our future Dr. Mdolo did it, you can still do it. Any last thing that you wish that you can say before we close?
Our last words, but what I can say is that thank you so much for this opportunity. The thing is, in life, we always appreciate the things that we receive from people, right? But we never appreciate the people who actually give. I would say that especially for you, never allow your cup to run empty. You are constantly giving people information. That was what I was saying earlier, Ogoti. There are people out there, right, who want to be big things in life, but they do not have access to that information, and what you're doing is that you're delivering that information to them. So I want to say I appreciate you for that. You do not understand the impact that you might have, and I'm sure the people in the comment section will basically also agree with me that you are having a great impact. I don't know how many people watch your videos and they, even if they were feeling that their spirit is down, but because they've watched that one video, they feel like, no, I can actually do it. So I appreciate you for that, and continue doing that, because I always say we go to climb that ladder, but since there is enough space for everyone at the top, leave that ladder for someone else to climb as well.
Oh, great, guys. Gift Varsity TV, Gift Pozekana here. I was with our future Dr. Mdolo here. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you like this video. Comment down below if you really enjoyed our interview. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Hi,